Mythic! Exactly who it is. It is the annoying son of a gun. I'm surprised they would decide to release her first and not Vati or whatever her name is.
I am Heimdallr, god of foresight. Be aware that I predict the future.
I see your plan.
Nope. Self-direction of her again from the main story. Mystic Island. Did we get an update since? I think we got an update since the story. I need to double check that real quick. After
this. As foreseen.
Yeah, my glasses.
How pathetic.
It's definitely something. So the anime glasses.
You not to hear.
Does that have a style? Or reverse counter?
Right on schedule.
God. Okay, so it's just her and my Mythic. Oh god. Of course, I knew this was going to be a decent moment. I just missed. Okay, both of you. Okay, and also I apologize for all the noise that you're probably hearing in the background. My family is relatively loud. And did not even realize I'm trying to record something. But whatever, regardless. So so our Mythic this month is Heimdallr, who is advisor to Allfather, who is our main big bad. I'm surprised they didn't release Vati first. I guess they're waiting for the miracle shenanigans next month when they release her and Allfather together. Or it's going to be another, like, Freyr and Leaf situation. Or, yeah. Like, Freyr and Vati situation. God damn it, I cannot speak. So, here she is, Blue Mage Cap, just like in the story, voiced by Elise Lovelock and drawn by Machine Shigeki. Now, before we go into her combat ability, I want to double check something real quick. We're going to just quickly go into the main story and just look at this. Yeah, it is updated from the main story. Okay, so let me see if I can set that so we can compare. So I think it really is it really just adds like the AR defense stuff, it looks like. So basically it gets slaying and she gets slaying in times pulse, and defending areas or the start of any phase anywhere else grants foresight snare to allies closest to the bottom of the map within 3 rows of free columns centered on unit. If not defending an A for raids at the start of any phase, if there's only one ally excluding it with the highest defense allies closest to foe, grants foresight snare. Okay, so basically it really is just her weapon from the story, but added with the AR shenanigans, because obviously she's a defense Mythic now. So for foes, free rolls, free column center on unit, she inflicts minus by everything but speed and neutralizes foes bonuses to those stats. If she's healthy, she inflicts an additional penalty onto foes' attack and resistance equal to 20% of her red stat. She deals plus X damage and reduces damage also by X, with X equal to the number of allies, free rolls, her column center unit times 5, max 15 on both. And she restores 7 HP. So basically, Foresight Snare is, if the enemy initiates, it cancels the foe's attack and inflicts isolation and a status preventing counterattacks on foe's next action. Cancel Foresight Snare, grant power to your army. So if one unit just does something, it's just boom. And it's the only way. So there is some workaround, but this is going to be annoying. You need to have your penalty cleansers on lock. So Emma Makai is going to be really good with Astra, or any like Emma Makai or Attune Makai. They're going to be really, or Ninja Sailing, like anyone who can cleanse penalties, because this is going to be really good against her now and AR. Oh my god, parents, shut up! Okay, we have attack risk Arya. I'm going to try and speed up a little bit because my parents, or not my parents really, but my siblings and my father are being loud. But, an open book. That's probably the weirdest title for a skill I've ever seen in my life. But whatever, regardless. It enables Kanto, okay, so it's Kanto remaining minimum 1. If on player phase, start player phase or phase affixes exposure, discord, and stall to foes with less res than her, which makes it she has high res from what we can tell in the story, and I'm pretty sure her stats aren't changed. At the start of combat, if units about I was about to say foe's HP, no, it's unit's HP. She inflicts minus attack res on foe. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Minus some cooldown on guard on the foe. True damage equal to 20% of her res stat. Flat TR by the same amount. And she gets minus 1 instant cooldown. So, basic standard stuff. Then we have AR Home Assault. At the start turn, if units have been 2 set Valley, grants plus 6 second res and 50% DR piercing. Grants bonus to attacking units attack res equal to 2 plus number of values on the map. And reduces that same thing for... Okay, so it's stacking percent. That's actually a good counter, because if someone includes that status, like let's say you have a Mythic Loki or something, even though it's probably not... Let's say if a unit has a skill, and you're facing, let's say, Mythic Loki. If Loki cleanses this, you still have 50% on percent DR that you can counter. But if you have that, then that stacks. And we all know how broken stacking multiply of percent pierce DR is. So, yeah, you're gonna be careful facing this chick. You gotta be careful facing her. Let's move on to the other on the banner, because there is a lot to go over here. So, drawing Harem Alde, or Emblem Sigurd and Mythic Hoofer. So, blue is pretty stacked, as honestly is kind of the trend with a lot of the Mythics and Legendary and Emblem stuff. It's kind of a trend at this point. So, Sigurd and Hoofer joining her. And red, we have Dual Marth and Sita, or Anniversary Dual Marth for the record. Not the Winter Duel that was released like years ago. Mythic Balder and Emblem Mike. Marth and Balder are really good, but I guess kind of fallen off. Because, in all honesty, some units you just go right through him. I mean, he's still annoying if you have him, like, fully supported behind you and all that jazz, but still, a lot of modern nukes can just shred, like, in, like, glass. Heck, I even had, I think it was Brave Sharina pierce through him once. That just says something. Okay. On green, we have Melee. Alternate Universe Ash is what I'm going to call her, because I cannot remember how to pronounce her name to save my life. Attune Leaf and Mythic... Shoot. Why am I blanking on her name? No. The cat transforming woman that's annoying in AR. Okay. I'll just say that. I am so sorry. I completely am blanking on her name. Like, seriously. I'm legit blanking. It's like her in the alternate Ash, I am just blanking on for some reason. I cannot remember their names for the life of me. Okay, but green is pretty solid. I mean, it's probably the weakest here because there's a unit who is in the normal swimming pool, but still, pretty good. Finally, cards, we have Aikfenir, Legendary Soccer, and Emblem Micaiah. Emblem Micaiah is really good. Legendary Soccer is still probably one of the best support units in the entire game. And Aikfenir, I mean, it's a Mythic. I mean, here's the thing. With the addition of his Bravely, he's kind of pushed to the side. Aside from the fact that he also has 2 additional ults, one being incredibly accessible. So, he has a lot of that. He has, like, the multiple, like, all-in-one-year curse, if you know what I mean. Because he literally got 4 ults in the span of a year, pretty much. Because he got his Mythic ult with Hater! Wait, no. Hafern? I don't know. His sister, we'll say that. He got that ult, he got a Winter ult a few months later, and then he got his Summer ult a few months later, and then he got his Brave ult by winning COL, which is honestly probably the obvious thing that was going to happen. So many people love him. But, yeah, I mean, the banner, I would say, is pretty solid. I mean, I will say it is kind of skippable if you aren't really that invested in AR. Because this banner, I feel, is heavily weighed towards AR. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 mythics on the banner. We have 3 emblems, 1 legendary, 1 duo, 1 Entombed, and 1 regular unit. So, there's a lot. It's definitely favors toward, like, mythic and ring usage this time around, which isn't a bad thing. But, honestly, I think a lot of people are going to be saving it for the ninja banner, let's be honest. But, yeah, I wish you all the best of luck on this banner if you're going to go for it. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to go on it myself because I still want to get a few units on the, crazy template on the Path of Radiance banner, which is probably taking a lot of buck from a lot of people. But, anyways, I'm going to tune out and try to go to bed because I have a long day tomorrow and I need to get my sleep. So, good night, and I'll see you next time. Bye!